Hi everyone, welcome to Chess Nomad, where we play chess. So welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. We play random opponents, play chess puzzles. I haven't done that on the channel yet, but we will. So right now, let's pick a game, 10-minute game, and may the best Nomad win. So let's see if we can get a 10-minute game, rapid game going on here. All right, we have an opponent. Hopefully our ratings here will continue to improve. Bring up the sound a little bit. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's think for a second. Hopefully this time I will not touch my microphone and turn the thing off like I did before. So we can play. He's probably going to try to come here. Let's play here. No, I got that covered for now. I got that covered. So let's get some development. If I move my knight here, then he's got knight here threatening my pawn here with the bishop and the knight. I don't like to have that happen. So why don't we do that? Okay. He's probably going to bring queen there. Threatening. Nope. He's threatening the pawn, which I can try to defend or I can leave it alone. If I defend with bishop, then he's got pawn to b4, threatening my bishop. And that's no good. That's not good at all. I could defend with pawn. Then he's got queen. I can push, or I can even play knight. Let's defend with a pawn. I feel like defending with a pawn is good. Because if he pushes, then I can take, and he's got nothing else to take my pawn with. Okay, so he does that. Let's just take. Now we control these two squares. Okay, but we need to protect that pawn. So I feel like he's going to develop bishop here, attacking my pawn here. So let's do that. Yeah. Now he's probably going to try to come with queen here, attacking my pawn here, attacking it twice. So let's prevent that, and let's do this. All right, so he has castled. I think maybe we should try to castle here. I feel like he's got rook to e1, defending his pawn, and then he can push the pawn, attacking my queen. but I can just move the queen out of the way, and I still have quite a few defenders over here. Alright, let's think about this for a second. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so why don't we... Let's do that. Let's castle kingside. Castle kingside. Then we've developed... Okay, let's just castle. Now I have to develop my bishop. Okay, so let's do that. Develop the bishop. Connect the rooks. I kind of have an idea that he's probably going to try to go here with his knight to f3, putting pressure. Yeah, there you go. And that's exactly what he's doing. So now he's got two attackers on my pawn. But I got two defenders. That's okay. It's still good. Let's figure out I feel like this is winning. Whatever I'm doing here is very winning. I can pin his knight right now. So why don't we do that? Let's pin the knight. He's probably going to push h3, attacking my bishop. I can move back. Then he's got g4. I can move here, but then I'm going to be trapped again. Alright, let's see what he does. Make sure I don't miss anything, folks. I see what he's going to do. I see what he's trying to do. And I can prevent that. Okay. I could just take... Why don't we just capture the knight? Let's just capture the knight. Okay. Alright, so he's going to try to double up his rooks. Let's prevent that from happening. For the time being, anyway. We're going to need to defend that pawn. So he's going to push that. He's going to push g3, kicking away my knight. But then we can take, then we got h3. We can capture an h3. So let's double up or protect that pawn. Then I can move my king and move my rook over, putting pressure on the g2 pawn. Okay, so let's proceed as planned. Let's let's see what he does first. All right, let's do that. Now if he pushes, okay, so he didn't do that. So let's, okay, so I can move my bishop out of the way, or I can attack the g2 pawn. If I attack the g2 pawn, king has to move, but I can't double up yet. All right, I feel like it might be too early. Well, I can take that pawn. I can take that pawn. Let's just take the pawn. All right, he's got to react to that. So we have time to move the bishop. All right. So now we have time to move the bishop out of the way. All right, so that's a mistake because he could have brought his bishop here attacking my knight, but now he's blocking it with a rook. So let's bring the rook back. But now we're going to leave our pawn undefended. So maybe we should just attack this pawn because that rook is undefended. Let's just attack that pawn. Let's just see what he does. Okay, so now we can take that rook. Let's just take that rook. Okay, now we can go on, and this is checkmate, folks. There we go. Beautiful game. Beautiful game, folks. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful game. Makes me very happy because I could see the game so well. Let's do a quick analysis and then let's go from there. Let's do the game review. Very beautiful game. Wow, wonderful. That was one of those games that it gives you pleasure. You move the pieces and everything is working. All right, let's begin the review. Let's see what we could have done better and what we did wrong here. So next key move. Okay, so bishop c5 is a mistake. So let's retry that. Bishop c5 was a mistake. So just develop the knight. There we go. Knight f6 is best. All right, let's go to the next. So he castles, I castle, and rook e8 is a mistake. All right, so let's, rook e8 is a mistake, so maybe just taking the queen, doubling his pawns. Okay, queen takes f3 is best. Let's move on to the next one. So it says rook e7 is a mistake. Rook e7. I played rook e7 because the bishop is threatening to take my pawn. So I want to move my king here, and then I want to move my rook here, putting pressure on that pawn. But if the moment I move my rook here, you can take my pawn with the bishop. But the thing is, then if I take the pawn like I did before with the rook, then he's going to have to move the king one way or another, and then I can move my other rook. So I could have done that, but I didn't. So that was a mistake. So let me see if pushing the pawn originally, that was a mistake. Okay, so that's a mistake. So let's see, moving my king out of the way. What is that? That is a blunder. So that is no good. So maybe pushing that pawn and then pushing this pawn, b5. That's also a mistake. Maybe just pushing pawn, h5. That is a mistake. Okay. Okay, so I see this move here attacking his rook, and that is best. Bishop b4 is best. So that king h8 is a mistake. I know why I did it, but it thinks it's a mistake. But I see why it says it's a mistake. Because if I move my bishop to b4, then his rook has nowhere to go. So if I do that, that is best. Because now his rook has no squares to go. Actually, it has here. Okay, it has to go back here. It does have one square to go. So it says rook takes on g2 is a mistake. Why would that be a mistake? That won me the game. Let's retry. So that's a mistake. I guess I could take knight takes g2. The king has to move, right? The king has to move one way or another, or maybe even here to h2. But then the king actually doesn't have to move. The king can stay there. But if the king doesn't move, then I have this move. I can take the rook. Okay, so when he did that, maybe moving just my bishop back, that is a blunder. Okay, so moving bishop there is a blunder. So maybe capturing with my knight. Okay, so that is best, because I capture with my knight. I'm threatening to take the rook, and if he moves the rook, let's say he moves the rook here, or he moves the rook here. If he moves the rook here, then I can still do a discovery check using discovery, and he's got to move the king somewhere, and I can then take the other rook. He can't move here. So All right, let's do the next one. So that is a blunder. Let's see what would be the next best move. So that is a blunder, so maybe just let him take and move back. Okay, that is a blunder. That is not the right way to do it. I could move my rook here and then here, but I feel like then he's going to move king there and prevent that from happening. So, okay, so maybe I don't have to move back. Maybe just moving the rook here. That is still a blunder. Okay. Let's figure out. So we can just attack his rook as well. I mean his bishop. What happened? That is a blunder. I overlooked an opportunity to take checkmate. Okay, why doesn't it give me a retry? Do I have service? I have service, so I don't know why it's not giving me a chance to retry. Show the line. Retry. I pushed that before. Alright, let's go next one. F2 is a missed win. F5, I mean, is a missed win. I feel like my rook needs to come here, or okay, rook e8 is best. Okay. And rook takes e1 is a great move. I knew it was a great move, folks. It's what I do when I make great moves. When I make silly moves, then they're not so great. And the next is checkmate. So very good. We improved to 86.9 accuracy from 61.6. So that's it, folks. I've won. I'm happy that I've won, and I'm more happy that I played a good game. I felt like I could see what I was doing pretty well. You probably have the same feeling. Sometimes you are looking at it, and it's right there in front of you, and you miss it. It's so obvious that you miss it. And then sometimes you kind of like see the whole game. You can like see dozens of moves ahead, seemingly. So anyway, folks, thank you for joining me on another game here on Chess Nomad. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like button and the little bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And I will see you next time.